welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Beautifully Desi, and thank you so much for clicking on my video. So today we're just gonna be doing a question and answer, just to give you all a little opportunity to know a little bit more about me. What quote resonates with you more than any other? I got a few. There's one in particular that I remember is, don't believe everything that you think. Name the one worst quality you cannot tolerate in a partner. Not being loyal. If you could have any animal in the world as a pet, what would it be and why? I would say either a lion or a bear. I would love to have a lion as a pet because when it grows older, it's like something so big and strong just love you so much. Do you believe yourself to be truly free? If so, why? If not, what's holding you back? If I was answering this question 2 months ago, I would definitely say that I wasn't free. But to answer this question, as of right now, I am definitely free. If you were given a choice to choose your manner of death, how would you die? Of like a sickness. Like, what do you think happens after death, if anything? I believe that we go to heaven. Pastor once said, I'd rather to live like there is a heaven and die and go to heaven than to live like there's not a heaven and die and go to hell. I think I said it right. Have you ever had dreams about a past life? I don't know if it was past or the future, but I had a dream that the world had came to an end. Y'all know how you look over like into the sky, like when it's nighttime and you see like a full moon, but imagine that moon being like real close. Imagine that moon being like real close, and also imagine that moon being the earth. So we here, and the moon is the earth. The full moon is the earth. And me and her was walking to a lake, to the riverside. It was like where the water go over the thing like that. And we was walking over there, and she was pulling me because I didn't want to go. And it was people like coming back from down there. And they was like crying. They was barely walking. They was crying and stuff. And you could just tell by, like, you could just tell that people was going down there to be judged by God, like if you was going to heaven or not. And I guess like the people that was coming back, they didn't get in heaven. Have you ever been in love? Tell me about the time you have been. I'm pretty sure I was in love. I had to ask God to pull me away from him because he wouldn't stop cheating on me. And I literally had to pray to God. So I'm definitely sure I was in love because I couldn't do it on my own. And every day I would leave his house, I would cry and I would pray to God, Lord, please help me to fall out of love with this guy. Please help me to fall out of love, because I was so in love with him and he kept cheating and cheating and cheating. And I couldn't leave because I was so in love. What did you do when someone hurt you the most? When somebody hurt me, I automatically distance myself because I feel like you don't care about me. Like, because if you cared about me, you would not be hurting me, you know? If your life was a movie or a book, what would be the title to it? I would say Believe in Yourself. That would be the title of my book. When have you felt lowest in your life? It was when I had just transferred Walgreens. I transferred to another Walgreens. And I had to deal with new people, and I started working at Home Depot. have to deal with more new people. I was letting them define who I was, and that was defining me as a negative person in a negative way, and I was letting them define me instead of taking my own authority and knowing who I am, pushing it away. Like, I was actually taking it in and looking at myself like, is that really me, you know? And it made me go into the lowest point in my life. It was 2020. It was really a horrible year for me. Never experienced depression. I've always been like a uppity person. 2020 was the first year that I ever experienced depression, and I didn't know how to deal with it. But I got through it for sure. Where have you felt the most failure? Where have you felt the most failure? Not finishing pharmacy tech. Like, cause I had went to school, but then I stopped going because I really wasn't motivated. I was just doing it just to tell everybody I was in school. And so I kept on going and stopping until it got to a point where the director told me that I couldn't get back into that program, and I only had 5 more classes to take and I would have been done. What makes you feel uneasy, overwhelmed, or anxious? Definitely being around a lot of people. Can you remember a time in your life when you felt the most alive? Tell me about it. Right now, I feel the most alive. I feel really good, and nobody can take this feeling away, because I worked so hard to get here. Y'all just don't know. I'm gonna have some story times coming. You feel me? You hear me? You hear me? Okay? They coming. But I had to do this question and answer first so y'all can get to know me, because y'all don't really know me, you know? Y'all just know my name is, y'all don't even know my name. I think that's one of the questions on here. Hold on. Excuse me. What song make you unconditionally sad? Rod Wave. It don't matter what song. If you could do one thing without suffering the consequences, what would you do? Taking all the bank's money. Keep on saying what song. Like, I don't have a particular song. Like, every week I have a new song that I fall in love with, and I play it over and over and over again, so I just can't listen to it no more. Like, kind of how they do on the radio. And then I just find another song and I listen to it over and over and over and over again, and so I just can't listen to it no more. Then I find another song, and it just repeats. What's one thing you wish you knew how to do? Well, if I could sing, I would be. What was the last book you read and when? Shoot, this is probably like last year. I read I forgot what that book called, but it was about a girl who it was a girl whose dad was a huge gambler, and she had ended up finding a dude ended up finding her at one of his fights, because he was like an underground fighter, and he would like be beating up all these dudes. And one time she had went to one of his fights. That's where they met, at one of his fights, and he had punched the dude and his blood splattered on her shirt. The dude that he punched, his blood splattered on her shirt, and he started liking her ever since he seen the blood on her. He started liking her, and he ended up having to fight because her dad had got her entwined with some mess that he had did when he was gambling, and her boyfriend ended up having to beat the person up. And throughout the story, it was just about her and him, like, having their relationship, like her pushing away because of her fears. He had all the girls was always on him because, you know, he was a fighter, and everybody was like fond of him. And she was like, no, I'm not with it. Like, but he liked her, and he really had liked her, and they ended up happening. He had to fight, and they ended up living happily ever after. I forgot what that book called, but I just told this. I suck at tongues. What is your longest relationship? 1 year. Dogs or cats? Definitely dogs. What's closest you've ever come to being arrested? I've been arrested twice. What's your favorite beer? Ew. What is the most exciting thing that has happened this past year? Starting my YouTube channel. What is the craziest thing that you've done for love? Love them before I love myself. Now that's crazy. What is your biggest pet peeve? People not minding their business, or trying to comment on somebody else's business, or worrying about other people. What is your greatest fear? My greatest fear has to be the end of the world. What are 3 things you value most about a person? Loyalty, honesty, and yeah, honesty for sure. Like, I love when people are honest, and I value that so much in people. Like, if you honest, it shows. It just shows. You ain't gotta tell me or none of that. It just shows. From one honest person to another, it's gonna show. Like, what are your top 5 favorite movies? Definitely Step Brothers, Colombiana, Death Race. How would you describe your best friend? Loyal. Are you confrontational? Not at all. If you are in a bad mood, do you prefer to be left alone or someone to cheer you up? Definitely left alone. What's an ideal weekend for you? Maybe the beach. What do you think of best friends of the opposite sex? I believe that is possible. But when you do get a relationship, you have to establish some boundaries. You have to like meet your partner's expectations, and if your partner doesn't want you to be friends with anyone of the opposite sex, then I feel like you should take that in consideration and not be friends with somebody of the opposite sex, especially if that's what your partner wants. You have to, now you have somebody to, it's not just you, it's we now. When you're in a relationship, it's now we, not you. What kind of parent do you think you would be? I think I would be very nice and laid back, and my husband would have to be like the stern one. I'm more like just like go with the flow type of person. Would you ever take back someone who cheated? Not at all. Not at all. I just scratched my eyebrow. Well, I be darned. My whole eyebrow. Whatever. Consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert? Definitely an introvert. How long can you stick in a relationship? As long as they act right. Are you named after anyone? Yes, I'm named after my great grandmama. My mom was 9 months pregnant with me when my great grandma died. Her name was Louise Jones. My name is Desiree Louise Jones. So cute, right? Do you want to get married? Of course. What you think I'm waiting on? I've been single for 5 years, and I don't plan on getting into another relationship until I know for sure that that's like the ending, like that's the real thing, you know what I mean? What do people like you for? Maybe my looks, I don't know, my color. Do you have special talents? I can cross my eyes. What is your favorite cereal? Definitely Fruity Pebbles or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Ain't no arguing. What are your plans for the future? Just to become a better me. Are you lazy? Definitely. Favorite movie? Already named them. Are you dating? No. Are you married? No. Favorite scents? Vanilla and rosewater. How old are you? I'm 25 years old. Are you in debt? Most definitely. School debt. Do you have kids? No. Summer or winter? Definitely the winter. I like the winter, but my body will prefer the summer, and I have a story time about that soon too. Like I just have so much to tell y'all about me. Like, oh my god, I'm so happy, I'm so excited. I'm so excited about the future for my channel. How often will you upload videos to your viewers? I didn't want to tell y'all this, but I'm gonna try to upload every Monday and Wednesday. I mean, not Monday and Wednesday. What am I talking about? Sunday and Wednesday. What is your channel about? Help people be them and be them fully, period. What is your target audience? Anybody that wants to establish self-awareness, self-love, self-care. That's what my channel is gonna be all about. Just exposing myself to help you all, even if that's a dude or a girl, which I know my target audience is probably gonna be women, obviously, but if dudes need the help discovering their self-awareness and their self-love, then that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Count on me. Count on me. I'm exposing myself to help you, period. And I'm all about exposing myself. I will tell you anything that you want to know. That's why I tell y'all, ask me questions all the time, because anything that you want to know, I'm gonna tell you, period. Like, because I have nothing to hide, and that's why I make this channel, to free myself, because I'm such a secretive person. Like, I hold back everything, and that's not good. To keep you like what I'm saying, then I feel like you should subscribe to my channel. I'm saying what I'm gonna do. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how else to put it. And this is what I'm bringing, and if you think that this is what you want to subscribe to, then hey, go ahead and hit that subscribe and that notification bell. But if not, then hey, keep it pushing. Hello. What inspired you to start making videos? Like I had just said, because I'm a very secretive person. I stay in this box, I stay in this shell, and I just wanna, you know, but people never ask, why are you the way that you are? Because people aren't just like the way that they are just because they are the way that they're like that. It's usually something that happened to them while they were growing up, or something that traumatized them. You know, anything could have happened to drive people to be who they are. What does your username mean? It's Beautifully Desi. To break it down, it's B-U fully Desi. So it's Beautifully Desi, and it's self-explanatory. Be you fully. It means to be you fully. Be you unapologetic. I just said, what did I just say? Anywho, to be you unapologetically, just to be you. Cause I will get deep. Like, I gotta keep these answers at a minimum, cause it's gonna be a time and a place for each, like for everything that I want to say. But like, this video is getting way too long. Like, I'm gonna have so much to edit. But the best thing about YouTube has to be the fact that you can literally type anything in on a search bar and find anything on YouTube. You can literally find how to do anything, how to make anything, like anything you can think of, like, it's on YouTube. And that's the best thing about YouTube. I probably go to YouTube before I go to Google, because one thing about Google, they gonna pull up a YouTube video. So I'd rather go to YouTube before I go to Google. Favorite color? Pink. Alright, so that's all the questions that I have. I'm probably gonna end up doing another question and answer, because these questions, they was cute, they was cool, but I feel like I could go deeper. So I might do a Q&A part 2. So that's gonna conclude this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you have any questions for me, comment them down below, okay? I will be honored to answer anything that you want to know about me, okay?
And until next time, be you fully, because you look amazing that way.